I'm an intern at Gary Vee's company, VaynerMedia. I have a series where I interview people all across the office.
Hello. Who are we here with?
My name's Adam Rips, and I am the director of collectibles at VeeFriends, Gary's Pokemon meets Sesame Street meets Marvel intellectual property.
So how did you get to that role at Vayner?
I've known Gary for 6 years. I met him in my sophomore year of high school. I was a huge trading card fan and a big fan of entrepreneurship as a whole. So I was a fan of Gary's before I met him for the first time. I was really deep in the sports card world. And when Gary was getting back into sports cards in like 2018, 2019, 2020, I met him, got to know him, and helped him build up his card collection again. We became really close friends, which is a great joy of mine. And then he started VeeFriends in 2021. At that point, we started spending a lot more time together on VeeFriends, and it's kind of come full circle as we now develop all the trading cards and collectibles for VeeFriends, the characters in that whole community.
So how did you feel straight out of high school you're working for Gary?
I'm very proud of it. I've always worked very hard. I'm very humbled and grateful for, but I wouldn't say surprised because there's a lot of hard work that kind of goes on and really trying to do everything I can. And I met Gary, sophomore year in high school. I was 16. And it's interesting when you meet Gary first and kind of meet everyone else afterwards. But Gary's always been the best. He's one of my closest friends, and I'm really, really happy with how things are going at VeeFriends too.
What's a skill you learned that has really put you forward in your career?
Honestly, I think my answer is not sweating a lot of the small things. I think it's very easy to be able to pick at things that don't matter a lot in the grand scheme of things, whether it's 5 months or 5 years from where you are now. So I try to not harp on the small things to take up too much of my time or energy or frustration. And if it's something that won't matter in the long term, be able to deal with it in a different way and kind of move on.
What's the best piece of advice you've gotten since working here?
One of the coolest pieces of advice I've got, which is actually from a friend, or is from a friend who used to work here who got the advice from Sid, but it's always stuck with me, is to act like you've been in the room before. Meaning, if Gary waves you along to kind of walk with him, or if someone waves you in to be in a meeting or an important meeting with a client, whatever it is, sit in the room, have the confidence as if you've been in that room 100 times, because it's going to bode very well for you. It helps you get rid of a lot of the nerves, enhances your confidence. So to me, it's just act like you've been there before. It's been really, really impactful on really my day to day.
Thank you so much.
Of course, dude.
Appreciate it.
See you guys.